What is up, YouTube? It's been a while since I made one of these, but sorry, I am a little sweaty. I just hit a 5K, little 5K slow run. I do feel like I am at best. I am at my best speaking to the camera when I'm after my run. You know, I gather all my knowledge, go through all the thoughts in my head while I run, because when you go running, you know, you'll realize you will, especially with no music, you know, I stopped listening to a lot of music and stop listening to stuff and just let my thoughts creep in my own mind, and how to gather them and how to fight the demons on my run, because, you know, running is not the most fun thing, right? It is kind of one of the my main reasons why I got into running, is because in order to build a stronger mind, you know, you got to do things you don't like, and running was one of them. And essentially, you know, now that I'm training for an Ironman this year, those of you that don't know, I'm shooting for Ironman Panama City, 140.6. I just got to get my ticket, and that is beginning of November. I think it's November 2nd or 6th, either one. But I got into Ironmans because I really wanted to test myself. You know, I can do all these calisthenics moves and all these stuff. Like, I feel like it was a challenge, but not challenging enough in a way. You know, I got a physique, you know, I'm strong, but did I really test myself, you know? And I think Ironman is like that true way to test yourself, because endurance sports is one hell of a sport. It's dreading. I just swam 2 miles today too, before that run. And it was my first time hitting 2 mile swim. It is not fun. Nada. No bueno. I have to hit 2.4 in order to do the Ironman, the full Ironman. The full Ironman requires 2.4 miles to do the race, and I just hit my 2 miles today, and it is June 3rd, 4th. So I got about like 5 months to learn how to swim 2.4 miles consistently and without being scared to drown. But my main point of that, you know, doing things that you don't like, hard things, in order to grow a better mind. I feel like, you know, there's all these calisthenics influencers, all these athletes, you know, it's their own version, like, I get it, but like, I feel I'm just very different now how I do calisthenics and like how I implement my training, because I do it for a very hard, like to challenge myself very hard. And if I feel like if I never did that, I would just regret it. So I want to show that one arm handstand at that final race at the Ironman, combining calisthenics and Ironman. Like, that would be pretty cool. Badass even. But the whole point in being mind, you know, doing hard things and all that. I was also I was talking about the fear, how not letting things in the past affect the future. I haven't uploaded one of these YouTube videos in a while. It's kind of my fault. I've been a little too focused on Instagram and avoiding YouTube. I honestly, I don't know why. Maybe there's a little fear within me in uploading one of these. Maybe not. It probably is, just because I haven't done it in a while. I'll have to figure that out. But here I am doing it now. We can't dread in the past, and we can only look in the future. I used to be so bad with things like in the past that would affect my gym training. You know, I would be at the gym I used to go to the gym for 3 to 4 years, weightlift, powerlift, all that stuff. And I wasn't the most consistent with it. You know, let's say I miss a couple days throughout a week, and I would literally make that wait till Monday and do that all over again. And that kind of affects the future, right? Because if you're affecting something in midweek to wait all the way till Monday, you're just not going to be as consistent as you should be. And now I have these ultimate systems and habits in order for me to get the goals that I want. And now with Ironman training, you know, I have to learn more new habits, more new systems in order for me to grow better freaking mind, because it's not all about just, you know, the finish line. It's all about what you did to get to that finish line, right? And all in all, I like to make these videos long too. I just feel like spilling my thoughts, and, you know, because I know there's someone out there that can relate in a way. And for me to document this from my beginning to all the way to wherever I am in the future, you know, maybe, you know, I plan to see this very far, very successful in the future. My coaching business, I want to create a bunch of badasses, bunch of crazy mindset guys that I help build them in order for them to get to where they need to be. Whether that may be Ironman or calisthenics, whatever it may be. But I see this very far, very successful in the future. And this is just only the beginning. So, with that being in mind, I had some kind of plan, little thought I had about this video was also, because it's always going to be mindset driven, right? Because at the end of the day, you know, there is all this information out there. There's all this dietary information, all this training. Everyone has their own mechanism in order to get results, right? It just numbs down to you getting that information, whether that may be finding on the internet, AI, whatever the case, because it's just all relying on you. Whether you go get a coach or whether you go get the information online, all you have to do is just do it. And there's something that might be stopping you do it, whether it is fear, whether it is your mindset, whether you're lazy, whether you're scared of something, which I think fear and scared, but anyway, time. And let's be realistic. I read a book. I'm still reading in this book. It's a very good book. It's called The Courage to be Disliked by Everyone. And it talks about a writer, a novelist actually, how he doesn't have time to be a novelist. And in reality, he just wants to avoid the thought of having the opportunity to have time, but he fears failure, or he fears objection or rejection to what it might be. And because of that, he just says he has no time. And I believe that with everything. I believe some guy that might be working 80 hours a week. I used to work like 50 hours max, almost 60, but like I still figured a way to get to where I need to be with my physique. But even people that work 80 hours a week, there's a freaking guy on Instagram. He's big, both bulky, or a big bodybuilder. I'm pretty sure he's Asian, tattooed guy, and he works at the oil rigs. And he works like 12-hour shifts a freaking day, and he still manages to compete and be a freaking bodybuilder. So I will never say that time will ever be a freaking excuse, because it really is not. It just depends how bad you want it. And are you willing to do anything in order to get the dreams and the goals that you want? Because if the dreams and goals that you want is to be in the best shape of your life, inspire others, whatever the case may be, then you'll actually want it. You'll figure a way out. And so yeah, I mean, time is just simply an excuse. Fear is another thing. I'm scared at sometimes too, right? Fear. You know, I used to be scared of going to the gym, being scared of having that judgment from other people, because it was my own mind, realistically. I mean, by the end of the day, it's your mind playing your own games with you. Because be realistic with yourself, and then just not only me, but like everyone else, you know, like, are they really judging you, or is it just your own thoughts playing you? Because I guarantee you, right now, if you are scared of going to the gym right now, and there's a bunch of people in shape, I'm guarantee you they are shooting you to win. Every time I see a person that's out of shape or that's skinny and they're trying to get after it, I freaking shoot for them. Like, freaking heck yeah. Because I've been in that place. I know what it's like. It freaking sucks to get that feeling, you know. To be freaking skinny and not, like, proud of yourself. Because it doesn't feel good, right? And you have all these eyes on you. But just know, if you are that person that's scared of go to the gym, or scared to get in shape, or scared of whatever, it's all in all, it's probably just your own mind playing games against you. You know? I'm not sure where I was going with that, because I talked about the fear, mindset, the third one, mindset, right? Laziness, that's what it was. Laziness, right? how to beat laziness, because because I'll tell you this, right? Are you gonna let laziness deter you away from you being the man that you're supposed to be? Because laziness affected me. The way I beat laziness is fear. I used my own fear and I used it as motivation. My fear was just being skinny forever and being punked at forever. Like I didn't reach my dreams. The cost of my life of not getting into the best shape of my life, I used that fear to motivate my laziness, because when I started actually being more consistent, you know, I started like making these systems, these habits, these little routines over time to where they're now like rock solid. And I use that to have my fear of just being skinny forever. Like that fear just ultimately beat being lazy. Because if you're lazy, it's just like, I also viewed it like as you're a full grown man. Like, as a man, I believe you should be qualified to try and get in the best shape possible, to try and get the best financially possible, mentally right, spiritually right, physically right, all that. And if you're not, you're doing yourself a disservice. Right? But I was gonna go somewhere with that, but I guess I don't. But we're gonna get back more into these YouTube videos, because I ain't gonna lie, I've been slacking. I gotta put something in place in order for me to be to be consistent with YouTube. So if you enjoy this documentation, you know, I see this going very far in the future. Like, you gotta have a vision, right? You gotta have the best vision possible, and you can't allow anyone to deter you away. Because if you do, the moment you start losing all that momentum. So, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like if you want, subscribe if you want, maybe comment. But all I care is just that I helped you, and this video helped you, in order for you to get the dreams and goals that you want. And I know there's someone on this journey, maybe 2 years from now or 2 years ago, they're watching this video and they're seeing me right now. I'm really curious how I look 2 years in the future, but I know it's good because I have that vision, and you should too. So I'll see you for the next video.